Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ohio State Call-In Show here at the Voice of College Football. I am your host, Garrison Gaddy. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And go ahead and hit that link right there on the YouTube channel right above you and go ahead and share it to your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, or wherever else you may have friends or family or even foes that will love Ohio State content or anything else that we have here at the network, including Oklahoma, the team up north, North Carolina, Texas, etc. We have it all here for you here at the Voice of College Football. Also, if you would like to, please hit that join button. If you would like to become a member, whether it be the Block O Club, JT wasn't short because we know he wasn't. And then we do not give a damn. We don't give a damn. And you know the rest. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out our website where you can see where all the channels that we have here at the Ohio State Voice of College Football and the days and times when we have them. Also, check out some of the articles that we have from some of our writers that do a great work here also. If you would like to also, we also post daily content on our Instagram at the Voice of College Football. Check them out also. And if you do miss the channel, if you missed the live show here on YouTube or you missed the call-in show and you like to watch it back, we are available on all audio platforms, whether that be on Amazon, Spotify, and Apple. So I want to get started here because I do want to hear what you guys want to talk about. Again, Thursdays is for you guys. That's your day to talk. You run the show, but there's and whether that can be anything. But there's a few things I want to talk about here. Larry Johnson says, and it's things that also, if you guys want to talk about, you can also. But Larry Johnson says he's been impressed by Caden McDonald. Says that he expects to get at least 30 to 35 max effort reps out of him per game. And just so you know, there's about 100, probably 170 to 180 plays per game, both teams combined. So I mean, that's 90 per. I think that's awesome to get him because Caden is a big guy. But I mean, 30 to 35 max ever plays out of him, I think that would be awesome. Also, guys lost their black stripes, including freshman running back Bo Jackson, punter Nick McLarty, Philip Daniels, right tackle, and Bo Atkinson. So congratulations to them. Glad for them to finally become real Ohio State Buckeyes. Also, Edric Houston said that he will be ready to go week 1. So that's a lot to talk about there. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Aaron Taylor of CBS saying that Ohio State is moving from being the hunter to being the hunted, which I'm going to be honest with you. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Ohio State has been the hunted, not just in my lifetime, but even before that. So, really, he also said that complacency could probably pop in. So, we're really interested to see what you guys think about that. Also, Matt Zenit said that they will likely name a starter after the scrimmage this weekend. Said that Julian Sand has been stacking some good days, so really interested to see what comes out of there. But I do want to talk about this, and so this is something that I have honestly been I stayed away from for about a year and a half now when it comes to the whole Michigan science stealing scandal. Even back, shout out to my best friend Bryce when we had the Scarlet and Blue show. I told him I truly did not care to talk about it until anything of substance truly came in. And so, by the way, shout out to everybody that's saying real quick. Sam 00C, you in here, my boy Don B, also Sage, Ohio. Glad that you guys are able to make it in here. What's up, man? My guy Buckeye Sean. Yeah, I know he wants to hear what I have to say about this. So yeah, let's get to it. So yeah, it's come out today that, or basically last night. I mean, even Spiro talked about it the other day before that this tomorrow on Wednesday, the NCAA will be holding a press conference for all the penalties that they're going to hit the team up north with. And so, like I said, I stayed away from this, and the reason is because one, it got kind of annoying to some extent, and because nothing was honestly coming out that wasn't really new, nothing that I truly care to talk about, nothing of substance. And I said, until something actually comes out, until we actually know what's coming out, I'm going to stay away from this because at this point it's getting annoying. So I mean, Ross Dellinger, he did add this in his article on Yahoo. He said with NCAA's decision on Michigan coming Friday, and he put a link back to his Yahoo Sports story from the time before, so you guys should go read that also on Michigan's response to the NOA, the notice of allegations. In short, Wolverines were not pleased if the NCAA levies a significant penalty against the school. Legal action may be likely, and that's of course if anything such as let's say I mean, if they want to vacate wins, if anything of that matter, that's what they would. I would assume, and rightly assume. I think everyone rightly assumed that the team up north would go ahead and try and fight back on that. But these are some points I want to point out to you guys. Some of my own bullet points I'll talk about, and then we can. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Start off with this. I want to. And if you're a Wolverine fan watching this, if you're a Buckeye watching this, and you believe in that hammer shit, and we'll get to that in a little bit. I want to say this: they did cheat, and when you first off, they admitted to cheating. When you suspend your coach in that fact because of the text messages, you admit to the cheating. So they've already done that. And the fact that Michigan is even laying down I won't say laying down at this point, but if they accept a 2-game suspension, if they accept anything, you are still admitting guilt at no matter what. So this isn't about if they cheated or not. It's well known that they cheated. It's about the punishments that come after the fact. And I put down there, you suspended coaches. When you do things like that, you're admitting it, right? And the thing is that you can't say it's nothing, as a lot of fans would say, if you are not fighting it. Jam, I see you in there. Tree Dog, see you in there. Also glad to have you all in here. But you can't do that. Like those two things can't be true. You can't say it's nothing as a fan, and then when you see your institution and program fighting it, clearly it's something. Because in all seriousness, this should have been done over a year ago. Over a year ago. And it easily could have been. So that's that. Next, I want to point this out. I don't think anything drastic will happen to them. And I've been on this for a very long time. I didn't believe in that hammer shit. Never will. Never will. And until I see it, and if it happens, I'll go ahead and admit I was wrong. And honestly, I'll laugh my ass off too. And I'll happily be wrong. But at this point, like I'm a realist in these type of things. And I never saw them getting vacated wins because there's a lot that has to come with that. And they did find some proof that they cheated. But there has to be hard ass evidence for you to go ahead and vacate wins. There's a lot that has to happen for that to go through. And I never saw that happening. On top, so yeah, I don't think anything drastic will happen. Ron Tarver, see you in there, man. Good to have you in here. Next, they will get penalized, and some coaches will get show causes. As we already know, some have already. I'll get later into a show cause thing that I want to talk about in a little bit, but that's later in my bullet points. We all know that's going to happen. I don't think a lesser fine is a victory lap. And it's fine because I did talk to my boy TJ today, and he said he would take victory laps, and I said he should. And I would have no problem with that, but I do want to emphasize that. And I think his thing is he wants to take victory laps about people being wrong, about what the punishment will be. Understandable. But this does not say what they don't get hammered. This doesn't mean that cheating didn't happen. So I need to emphasize that for those who are maybe hard of hearing. Next. I don't think anybody's going to be happy tomorrow. I think even Wolverine fans that because a lot of Wolverine fans said, "Oh, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing." If they get penalized, I still think they will be somewhat upset, and that's just the truth of the matter. Some of them are not going to be happy about it. On the other side of things, like let's just talk about whether it be Ohio State, Michigan State, or anywhere else around the country. I don't think they're going to be happy either, unless it's honestly like the most drastic things happen. And I think disappointment is bred by expectation. And if you have these overzealous expectations, you're going to be disappointed. And again, I'm going to get to it in a little bit because I have a lot to say about that regarding our own fan base. I do also want to point this out. Another thing I told my boy TJ. Like not too long ago, a few weeks ago, they came out with the top 25 scandals of the last quarter century, and the only on the field scandal was this one. And I emphasized them, someone that loved this game and played this game, paying players has been happening for a very long time, probably over 30, 40 years, right? There's a difference between that and the integrity of the game and the integrity of what happens between those white lines. And when you do something that affects the game in real time, I do have a problem with that. At the same time, two things can be true. That doesn't mean, like I told TJ, you don't have to care, and I don't want you to care. I don't think Michigan fans should care. The same way Ohio State fans don't give a damn about what happened in 2010. And as far as I'm concerned, everything that happened in 2010 for Ohio State, I don't care if they took away those wins. I saw those wins. And I stated before that when it comes to this cheating scandal thing, at the most, it maybe affected maybe 2 to 3% of the game. Those teams, those Wolverine teams won those games, and that's how I feel at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I still believe in I think football is football. They won those games. So some Ohio State fans will be happy with me saying that, but I don't care. I truly don't care. Next. I'll say this first. So they are holding like the press conference tomorrow. Now, me personally, I do think it's weird that they're holding a press conference. I think the last time the NCAA held a press conference was for Penn State with the Sandusky thing. Not saying they're on the same level, everybody. Now it's going to be earlier in the day. Now, usually, if it's, I feel like with what I believe, I feel as though this would happen somewhere around 6 p.m. later in the day. So then it's not that much in the news cycle. Usually things that happen big in the news cycle happen on a Sunday or a Monday so that it carries on throughout the week. But this is going to be at noon tomorrow. So it is kind of weird. So though I do have my own thoughts and my beliefs on how big this will be, it is somewhat weird to me that it is at that time. So who knows what's going to happen. Next, if I think there's going to be fines, I think there's going to be show causes for other coaches or encounter stallions. Will there be reduction in scholarships? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know yet. Other things we'll see. I just never believed in some big ass hammer coming. But my only point of contention is this. So far, there have been 10 plus, almost I think 13 or 14 coaches that from the Wolverines that have been fired or given show causes or left the team. Fired. Sharon Moore is a repeat offender, and he has been a part of this whole scandal that's gone on. So in my mind, why is he not getting the same punishment that everyone else is getting? That right there doesn't make sense to me. They said maybe that the 2-game suspension is probably what it's going to be, 2 to 4 games. Some other people have said. But yeah, I am that is my only point of contention. I am confused on why other coaches are getting show causes, but he's the only one being detached from that when he's a repeat offender. So yeah, that is weird for me. I guess you could say alleged suspension because we don't know if he's actually getting suspended yet, but more than likely he will be. And then I want to talk about this, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the call-in link for everybody that would like to call in and say that and talk about whether it be Buckeye football, talk about this, all to you guys. But here's the call-in link for everybody. But let me say this. First, I'm gonna start with the Wolverine. No, I've already talked about the Wolverine fans. I'm gonna address my own fan base here. There have been a lot of people that have attached themselves to this scandal, and I have told everybody, and could I have gotten more clicks and more likes and more subscribers if I had talked about this a hammer coming and talked about the Michigan scandal every damn day? Maybe I could have. But I refuse to sell you guys on something that I don't even believe in. Like I've always said, I will give my opinions. I'll give my honest, true thoughts. But what I'm never going to do is come up here and just feed you guys bullshit and lie to you. A lot of Ohio State channels have attached themselves to this at an excessive rate. And I've called it out before because I make no bones about it. I can care less. And I see you guys in there. Shout out to my boy Mike is in there. Burks, I see you in there. Moose, I even see you in there. How you doing? Richie, what's up, man? My boy Richie's in there, has joined the chat. But for everybody that has continued, and it's not just the shows, I'm going to including the fans who have joined these shows to continue, whether it be on the shows, whether it be in the chat, whether it be on X, whether it be on Facebook, wherever you are, message boards, and you continue to attach yourself to something when instead you could easily move on from the fact, because in all reality, whether they get hit with penalties or whether they didn't get hit with penalties, that had nothing to do with anything that has to do with Buckeye football. Nothing. And that's why I never understood. I truly never understood why everyone was so obsessed about it. And the same thing goes to the Wolverine fans. And shout out to my boy JP. Like I told him, I said, bro, like you guys keep talking about Ohio State fans talking about it when you easily could have ignored it. You don't have to respond to it. That's a choice. But it's also a choice on our side of the coin as Buckeye fans to sit here and attach yourself to some bullshit like this. It's bullshit. And when you continuously talk about it on a Buckeye show that has nothing to do with Buckeye football, and you continue to dispute things that continuously, and I mean continuously, just how do I say this? It doesn't prove you right, and you sit there and you say things that you have no proof of, and now when it comes down to it, you're probably about to have to eat crow and look an ass. And there's guys that I really respect that because of it's attached to them now. The show can look, you can look an ass. And that's the thing I did it, and that's why I don't want for people. I don't want that for my fan base. But that's at the end of the day, guys. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm very happy that I chose to stay on the side of not calling for the hammer or saying there's going to be a hammer when you have nothing to stand on to say that. There's nothing. And do I think at the grand scheme of things, it sucks that us Ohio State fans for selling pants and for selling helmets and for selling rings had to see things be vacated, had to see players lose their eligibility, had to see you guys get suspended, had to see Jim Tressel Jim Tressel got a 6-game suspension in the NFL. Yeah, it sucks. It does. It's BS. It is. But that doesn't mean you have to sit there and push something that has no credibility to it. But that's my rant on that, guys. Like I said, I've stayed away from this for over a year, damn near a year and a half. And so, again, guys, tomorrow sometime around noon, this should be coming out, maybe earlier, maybe an hour later. But yeah, so with that being said, again, everybody, I dropped the link in there. I'll drop it again for anybody that wants to call in. But I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first caller. First off, before we start, message here from the voice of college football.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the voice of college football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the voice of college football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Well, let's get to our callers. And by the way, Doreen, see you in there. Ron Tarver, see you in there. Also, hope you guys are doing well. Glad to have you here. And by the way, everybody, if you haven't already, on Sundays, 9 p.m., check out the latest of college football with Minnie and Doreen. Awesome football talk, different from the rest of us. It's awesome. It's a great show. Make sure to check that out. Very big up Wolverine fan here. Tree, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad, man. Not too bad. I figured I would call in since I was a Wolverines fan and I was watching, and it's kind of about my team, and probably give my own unique perspective on it, I guess. I mean, like, to some of the things you were saying, like, I do agree. I mean, like, obviously, someone cheated. You know what I mean? That's a fact. So to pretend like that didn't happen is kind of like, you know, a bit much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that part, it does suck. So, like, whenever I think back on that season, I look at it as, man, you know, yes, the season is definitely tainted by that. However, the one aspect I think a lot of people leave out is that Michigan was punished that moment, right then and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, had Michigan lost to Penn State, lost to Maryland, lost to Ohio State, everyone could say, all right, well, there it is. You know, it was this cheating. This is what happened. But not only was Connor Stallions gone, Harbaugh was gone, and yet they still won those games. Went on to beat, you know, so it's like you can say, all right, well, at the same time, once you've already punished someone, you know, how do you go back and say this goes, you know, against you a second time? So we're just going to take all that away. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's one of the aspects that I think people's not really seeing as far as the punishments are concerned. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, obviously, it would 100% suck to see Michigan have to take down the banners. But if it was a choice between take down the banners and have postseason bans and have issues that would reflect on recruiting and where the program goes forward, yo, yank that shit down, bro. Yank it down and let fucking Sawyer and them do what they did with them jerseys to it. But you know what I mean? Don't fuck with what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it. I mean, like, because obviously my eyes saw what happened in those games. You can't rewind my brain and take that out of it, you know? So my biggest fear was never the banners or any of that shit. It was mostly what would happen going forward in the next tenure.
Yeah, and real quick, I want to answer this from Corey real quick. So he says, Garrison, much respect, my man, but honestly, what evidence is there to suggest that the U of M staff is connected to the Stallion Saga? None. To me, that would be the burning gun and all. So it's not about whether they were connected to it. It's the fact that people knew about it. Other schools contacted Mike Hart and also a lower staffer that Connor actually went to, and the lower staffer and Mike Hart went to the higher up coaching staff of the coordinators, and so it was known. It was known. And again, I think people forget this. It's not about whether you know or not. It's about the fact that it happened under your watch. I'm paraphrasing here, but Bo Schembechler said that you're paid to know these things, and it's either you're too dumb or you're lying. And that's why I've always asked the funny question: is Jim Harbaugh dumb or is he lying?
I mean,
like which one is it? But
willfully ignorant. I mean, to know that Connor Stallions is getting signs is and that's one thing. I mean, because obviously there's nothing necessarily rule breaking about getting the signs.
Yeah,
but it's how you got them. I mean, because the fact of the matter is,
ask your question, Tree.
Yeah.
Why does that point right there go over a lot of people in your fan base's head?
I mean, maybe the same willful ignorance. I don't know. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, it's not about the I mean, was there advanced scouting? Sure. One of my biggest pet peeves, though, is how easily Ohio State apply that to themselves. If you have a years long investigation and this investigation is going on by Ohio State fans and media and people, like, at what point is it that you're going to change your sides? You know what I mean? So there's definitely that aspect to it. And it's like, was there ever any records linking anyone to having been at an Ohio State game at advanced scouting them? But yet it's so easily applied. And to me, like, that's kind of a loser's mentality. Like, I'm not even trying to take shots, but it is like no one ever really proved that point, but so easily the entire fan base readily applied it to themselves. Well, that's
Yeah.
what happened. That's what happened to us, obviously. I mean, how that's kind of ridiculous. And then for somebody to go as a media person and just soak that in and just live in that moment for years,
Mhm.
that's to be mad at. That's
Right.
like that's where your anger should be directed at, regardless of what happens tomorrow. Like living in that moment, I feel like has even seeped into the team. How on earth do you lose that game last year? You know what I mean? It's so much added pressure from all of the stuff that's going on. And it's like, we're finally going to stick it to these guys. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And we're going to score 100 points. But you forgot to win the game, bro. That's the most important
Yeah.
thing.
And that's why I said, listen, if the whole science stealing thing, I think if anything, it affected maybe 2 to 3% of the games. At the end of the day, for me, I'm very big on what I see on the field. And I know what I saw on the field, and
Yeah. I
so
mean,
and so like that's what it is for me. And so again, like I think two things can be true.
sure.
I think that
My thing
you
is,
guys go ahead, go
also,
ahead.
sorry, one quick point.
No,
Do
first,
you
go ahead.
think, do you think for 1 minute in that game, Ohio State didn't have Michigan signs?
Like
It,
again, I can care less if we no, but my thing again, but like you said, I can care less if we had your signs.
right.
I'm very I've always tried to stay very strict to the facts on this.
Yeah.
How
Because
did
it's
you
because
how did you obtain them?
that there you go. And if there's evidence that comes out linking any advanced scouting to an Ohio State game from Connor Stallion's operation, I'll eat my words. But until then, it's like still to me, so readily applying that to yourself is just such not the way. You
No,
know what I mean?
yeah, no, like I said, I think both fan bases have and Mike Valenti talked about it today. I think both sides of the coin have including Michigan State fans too. But
Yeah.
you've attached yourself so readily and so heartily to like an opinion
Yeah.
that you push as a fact. And when
There you
you
go.
do that, you could like what is it? Assuming only makes an ass out of you and me.
It does. And I mean,
I think a lot of people have started to look that way. There's a lot of
to,
Michigan fans that have said there's not going to be anything. This is nothing. There's going to be no punishments. And there have been Buckeye fans who have said, or Michigan State fans and other people have said there's going to be a hammer. When in all reality, no, there's not.
yeah, I mean,
And
that was feeding a group of people exactly what they wanted to hear is what that was. I mean, Pete Thamel, when the news first broke, Pete Thamel said the exact same thing then that he said on Pat McAfee today. He's not changed a single word. I mean, he was more specific, but he was like, based on what he's seen, and people act like, oh, there's no precedence. Well, maybe there's not a precedence for exactly what happened in the rules, but there are levels of rules and there are uh, according punishments to those rules. You know what I mean? So it's not unprecedented when you've broke this rule, it's followed by this. A lot of the other violations came from the investigations. People refusing to give over their cell phones and things like that. I mean, most of the other stuff is added to what actually happened.
yeah,
So that's So I think a lot of people just get caught up in the number of things, this violation, this violation, this violation. Well, if you're talking about a level one violation for someone who's not there, who's no longer in college football, you know, did they even really, or what is the extent that they're even really following up on that? This guy's gone, okay, well, we'll just make it so he can't come back. I mean, those are the kind of things that it sounds like happen.
Mike, what's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on? How everybody doing?
Good, man.
How's it going, Cleveland Mike? I caught your show yesterday.
I appreciate it. I saw you in there, man. I appreciate the support and appreciate you, man, supporting this channel as well, man. Thank you.
For sure, man. I chat with you guys in chats every day. Why not call in and talk to you? I call in the Michigan shows, but I like this. It's more one-on-one. I don't want to get into a screaming, man. I love those
feel you
guys.
on that.
I love those guys. I do. I love the show. I watch every week. I personally am just not going to get into a screaming match. That's just not.
I feel you, man.
You know, I'll call in on, you know, and put my 2 cents in from here and there. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I love it. It's great. I'm a fan, just not a participant. Two things
So,
can be.
Yeah. My thing, I go back like, you know, Tony Petitti came out and basically said, hey, they've been punished enough and things like that. And, you know, it's like I can see both sides of there not being a hammer and then one being a hammer, right? Like some people believe, you know, you sit here and you see the way the NCAA, even just recently, like the way they punished Memphis, you know, the way that they have punished some teams, and then you're like, well, the team up north was a little bit more severe. What are they going to do? So that's one aspect of it. Tree, I do want you to admit, I do want to give you credit for admitting that your program did cheat. I do want to give you credit for that, right? But
yeah, I mean, the truth is out there. I mean, I find that angle frustrating too. You know, I mean, what happened? It's not like they just.
Sorry. Oh, I put cuss words on there. Sorry.
But one thing I want to say about Petiti, though, I mean, he's obviously going to be fighting against Michigan losing their banners because how much have they leaned on the fact that they've had back-to-back Big Ten national champions? I mean, that's of course what he's going to say. So, I mean,
and I think it's more than that, Tree. Here's the thing. You talk about the new contract, TV contract, what is coming up in 2029, 2030. When they start talking to the networks about that, you're talking about they're going to probably be doing that in like 2028 into 2027 is when they're, you know, going to start talking. And it's like, how can the Big Ten present, you know, the number that they should want if that team up north, you know, doesn't, you know, got these penalties and it hurt them and impacted their standing in rankings, their standing in how people see them in college football. But my thing is this, man, what does that say about Jim Harbaugh's awareness or the team's awareness that, hey, we cheated, we did this, but we went on to win the games after? He really didn't believe in your team. He didn't believe in his players.
I don't know that that's the case. I mean, there's a lot to the angles that some of the Michigan people get to too. I mean, Michigan was hopelessly, and what did Nick Fury say in the Avengers? Hopelessly and embarrassingly outgunned when it came to science and when it came to those kinds of things. You have to think about where the program in Michigan was way back then. Michigan didn't even have a strength in. They didn't have the strength and conditioning that they have now. I mean, a lot of the things that they are known for now are things that were, including the sign stealing, were things that they were like not good at. I mean, it's pretty simple when you look at the 2018 Michigan Ohio State game. Michigan was a lot better than what they showed up in that Ohio State game. Ohio State and Ohio State didn't cheat. Ohio State did what they were supposed to do. Michigan, just like I said, they were just outmatched in that department, and so they went from, I guess, least to best, and the best was unfortunately illegal. So that's just where we're at with it. But I mean, it's just unfortunate, man. It sucks that in 2025 we're still talking about that, And I'm glad, regardless, it's going to be over. I mean, it's never going to be over for you guys, and it's never going to be over for us. Like it's always going to be Michigan cheated. You're going to have the Charises
Yeah,
and the
because
people who say that every
Trey,
day.
let me ask you a question. Do you think Jim Harbaugh over the next, like, as time moves on, will be viewed the same way as Pete Carroll? Whereas as a guy who, we know you cheated, you hightailed it to the NFL.
Yes, I mean
no,
here it is. I mean, in a way,
not
but
as Pete Carroll.
Not as
not the same.
bad as, I don't say as bad as
Not as
Pete.
bad. Well, for one, Jim Harbaugh had been trying his best to get back into the NFL. I
True.
mean, we just have to be honest about that. I mean, like at the time, it was please Jim, don't go, and I mean it was that every year. So I don't know that he'll be fully the same way because it was like, oh well, Natty's my ticket back to the NFL. Well, this is what we're doing, and it kind of looks like that. But yeah, I mean, the people that are going to be the detractors, yeah, that's what they're going to say. I mean, they're already saying it. So for
Yeah.
those people, but for the people that love Jim Harbaugh, I mean, so I mean, a lot of the things that you know are different about the program now, I wouldn't say like I'm never going to say Sharon Moore's a better coach, but like I would say this, I would never see something like a Connor Stallions happening under Sharon Moore. Could you guys? I mean, just how he carries himself, just how I mean,
It's
would
just I would say we wouldn't know because of
be,
it's already happened. And I mean, like
I mean, yeah,
I'll
that's
say this. I'll say this. To say that he wouldn't, it's kind of hard for me to believe when our guy Adam King has a video and has put the video out of Connor Stallions whispering in coordinators' ears, right? So
okay.
I
But
mean
here's
that's just my thing. It's like, hey, you knew what was going on or
well,
whatever. You was like, because my thing is, what was Connor's title? It was recruiting. Have you ever known any recruiting
Hey,
guy?
Mike. I found an old clip of me and Bryce, and I talked about this. And I told Bryce at no level of college football, I don't care if it's D3, D2,
Yeah,
NAI, or NCAA D1, a low level staffer does not have the ears of a defensive or offensive coordinator. Never, ever, ever,
never.
ever, ever. And that's why when everybody said low level staffer, I said bullshit, bullshit.
well, I mean, here's the thing though. If you have a guy on your staff who is stealing signs legally, I mean, he would be whispered in the
No,
coach's ear.
no, no, no. Those signs are already to the coaches, and they have them in their hands. That,
I
that,
don't know
that like it's that,
if
that that's not the way. I can tell you this right now. I could look as far back as I want, and I will not find anybody in Jim Knowles' ears.
fair
You
enough.
you won't find it. But real quick, because I do gotta do this. Shout out to my guy Don B sending us the 199. Says can't be number 13. She's salute the tree, my top op.
Hey, that's what's up.
And
He
then
likes.
real, and then real quick before we continue, because I do want to keep it up here. I do have to. We got to do some home cleaning here. Message here from the voice of college football. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football, and let's discuss how you can also reach your target market. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following, so let's find out how we can help you grow with us. Check out one of the experience of one of our partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen, and we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today. Now let's get back to thrashing Michigan. So, what were you gonna say, Tree?
Oh, you know what? I forgot what we were talking about. It's all right. You go ahead with your.
I'm sorry, I'm
You're
sorry.
good. You're good. You're good.
Um, I also do want to point this out and shout out to Jam for bringing this up. because while I went on my rant about this whole thing, I do want to point this out. The one thing I do think that you guys should be handed is a lack of institutional control, and there's a lot of reasons why I believe this. I mean, you guys, though you guys call it Burgergate, right? But
Right.
in reality of the situation, there were recruiting violations, and then you also had to add on the fact that there were, they're like, don't give a damn what your political views are. During that time, there were COVID stipulations, and during those COVID stipulations, you guys broke the rules also, and which into fact get to get JJ McCarthy. So you broke those rules, correct?
I mean,
Multiple coaches did.
they served the punishment for that. So
Yeah, but lack of institutional control is a lot of different, like, is when a lot of things happen. So you have that. We have the sign gate stealing thing. You got the pedal boy that happens with that situation. You got a bunch of coaches that you fire. You got coaches, whether it be for the scandal or whether it be for other off the field issues like Denard. You fired what was that coach? What's the name starts with a P?
Chris Partridge.
Yes, Chris Partridge. You have you're now head coach and then offensive coordinator as a repeat offender. Do you not think that goes under the lack of institutional control? And if not, what tells you that Jim Harbaugh had control of his institution?
I mean,
I know.
it's hard really to dispute any of that. I mean, basically at this point, this is what I'll say about that. I mean, if that happened, there's not really much we could say as Michigan fans. I mean, that would be if that had happened. I mean, I honestly, that was one of my biggest worries. I mean, like I said, the things of the past is spilling over to what's going on now has been my biggest worry. So I mean, if there would, I mean, clearly there'd be a case for that. I just think that at this point, for the people who think Michigan's such a dirty program, if they believe that, then with all that history and something else happens, maybe they'll get their wish. Personally, I think a lot of that stuff's going to be cleaned up under Shrimore. I mean, some of the things, like one of the things Juju says that I like a lot is Shrimore.
Screw Juju. That's my man. I was on the phone with him a few days ago. That's my man.
Actually, because I have to get ready to go to work, but I do want to throw this out. I wanted to talk about this before I get off here. I'll leave off the Michigan stuff. Basically, to answer your question, I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. That's where I'm at with that. You never know.
Take over for a second.
But anyways, what I wanted to say is, dude, I'm starting to think you guys are going to be. At first, I came into the season thinking like Texas was going to beat Ohio State. You guys lost so much. I'm starting to think you guys are going to beat Texas, dude. I really am. Like, the things I've seen about Texas's offensive line, I don't know. I think even a not up to speed Ohio State line might be able to get there. I can't hear you.
Garrison muted me. Good Lord. Yeah, I've been trying to talk to people all off season about this, man. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to tell them. Everybody has been talking about Ohio State lost 15, 14 players or whatever. To be honest, they might have lost just maybe one less person than us. They lost just as much, we might as well say, and then replacing an entire offensive line, only one returning. And like I said, we're returning our three. I mean, I've been trying to tell people this, and a lot of people just weren't listening. Also, just the players that we are replacing with, a lot of people think that they're young. They're young because they weren't starters, but they're vets. Just like you all going into, what was that, 2023 year, right? You guys had some guys that was replacing some vets, but that y'all were Like, hey, actually, no, it wasn't the 2023 year. It was the 2022 year. Y'all had guys replacing some vets,
Did I mute
and
myself?
it turned out really good for you all. And then what you all told us was those guys that are replacing them are juniors. They're fourth year guys, right? That's exactly what's happening with Ohio State. Like, our 2-year players are about to be our quarterback and our running back, and that like our quarterback and our running back. That's it.
Hey, but Tree, I'm gonna bring up. Well, we got another Wolverine fan. I'm gonna bring up Burks here. You got any last comments, my brother?
Nah, man. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you. I like talking football with you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, Tree.
All right, my man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, man.
Man, Johnny over here talking about I want the hammer to drop. I see it on his face. Man, whatever happens, man. Y'all heard me last night. Johnny, you was in there when I popped it. When I told y'all exactly what's gonna happen in November. So yeah, if you want to clip it up, if you need to go revisit that, that's the hammer I'm talking about. That hammer definitely dropping in November. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, let's bring up our next caller here. Another Wolverine fan here. Not surprised us. Burks, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? Howdy.
Howdy.
So yeah, man, I'm just so happy that this is over with because this stuff made me go crazy for like the past 2 days.
It did.
It made me go pretty psychotic, I'm not gonna lie. So you know, at the end of the day, man, these Ohio State channels are, you know, Buckeye Boys, Scoop, and all these channels, man, they got to take their L at the end of the day. Just take your L and move on. Whoever you know lost this battle, they're gonna get destroyed, and they deserve to get destroyed. You know, like these Ohio channels deserve to get destroyed because that's all the damn they talked about.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick before you continue, because I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
What about the Wolverine fans that said nothing would happen?
Well, they're right, and they can go destroy them. They can go destroy those channels.
Wait. You think the Wolverine fans are right?
What do you say?
Well, I asked you because I agree with you that the other those Ohio State people saying that the hammer was coming should be go shit on them.
Yeah.
I'm asking you because I'm going to. I'm asking you. What about the Wolverine fans that said nothing would happen?
Like, should they get destroyed? Is what you're trying to say?
Yes.
By who?
Anybody. Well, Ohio State fans, Michigan State fans, because at the end of the day, it still validates that you cheated. Because if Michigan goes and takes its punishment, it still validates that you cheated. Mind you, the school already said that you did.
Well, I guess they don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know we cheated, right? But at the end of the day, man, like if it's like a $14 million fine, okay, if they said like no vacating wins, none of that stuff would happen, they don't deserve to get destroyed, right? Because they are right. No vacating wins, nothing happened, right?
Well, that would be the hammer. I'm talking. I can care less about the hammer, but there are Wolverine fans that said that nothing would come of this.
I mean, a fine, if you get fined, suspended, that's something. It's not like it's not a nothing burger, as a lot of Team Up North fans are saying. A fine is something.
Your coach is going to get suspended. That's going to happen.
A suspension is something. If you get scholarship reductions, is something, or whatever. Like in the era of NIL, scholarship reductions ain't shit.
Yeah, no, I
think and the way I feel about this is this, man. We don't know what the hell is coming. We don't know.
That is so true.
That's the thing. Now, if you want to clown on the folks for having a show every damn day about it, cool. But we don't know what's coming. We just don't. So,
dude,
but I am ready to get this crap over with.
Dude, I just read the legit reports, right? Like these are legit that it's just going to be a huge $10 million+ fine, and it's going to be, vacating.
This is Ross Dellinger
suspended from Coach Sharon Moore. I think 2 games.
But Ross Dellinger said today that because like nothing. Those are people that are giving opinions.
Yeah.
Ross Dellinger said today, in short, Wolverines were not pleased. If the NCAA levies a significant penalty tomorrow against the school, legal action may be likely. And that's because no one knows what's happening yet. A lot of people like I can sit here and tell you that I believe there's gonna be fines. Jerome Morgan suspended 2 to 4 games, maybe some scholarship reduction, but that doesn't really mean much in today's landscape.
Yeah,
So
it
no
was
one
a
actually knows
report
what's going to
that
happen.
yeah, it was a report that came out that said that the team of North will be notified at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then they will I guess have a press conference at noon. Now that's another thing. Everyone that's talking about like the press conferences and stuff like that.
Sorry, Burks has red.
Did Memphis have a press conference for the hammer that they just got?
The last time there was a press conference from the NCAA was Sandusky.
Okay, all I'm saying is when they do press conferences, it ain't never been good. So that's why like people, I feel like people have the right to believe if that's what they want to believe. But again, none of us know. You could talk it, none of us know. But I mean, if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised because the NCAA does have a thing on. Hey, we give you this many violations, punishment. This is the punishment. So that's why some people are there, because if you go to the NCAA rules on the violations, it's part of it. But like I said, I'm ready to move on from that, man. Hey, Burks, how you feeling about that OU game, man? Look like Mateer will be playing.
Yeah, no, I actually wanted him to play. I'm not like a person who's wishing
Johnny.
he doesn't play.
Johnny.
Like I wanted him to play, and it's gonna be a good game. But I think Michigan's gonna win. Where I predicted that we're gonna go 10-2. Where I think we're gonna beat Oklahoma, but I think that our losses will be USC and Ohio State. Like I feel like those two will be our losses. And I'm gonna choose Ohio State to beat us because every time I've chosen Ohio State to win, we win. So it's kind of like a superstitious type stuff, and it's been working. So 10-2, man. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, our Michigan's defense, man, it's looking like a top 5 defense of what I'm hearing. I put us at 9-3, but now I think we're 10-2.
Do you expect to see Bryce throw with his left hand this season?
I don't want him to, honestly, if it's not going to be accurate,
Hey,
like,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How big of a sunshine pumper do you think Isaiah Hole is?
Dude, don't even talk about Isaiah Hole. Don't, dude.
I think I'm blocked by him.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I know I am.
Huh?
I know I'm blocked by him.
You are. Well, good.
Yeah,
you are.
I called
idiot, bro. We were just talking. Me and this Darren talk ball, man. He is so pissed off at Steve Dace and Isaiah Hole. These clowns, literally. This Isaiah Hole, man. This guy reports stuff when it's not even verified yet. Like that's what I don't like about him, dude.
No, I told TJ the other day. I texted him and I said, dude, watching Isaiah Hole sunshine pump makes me appreciate you more. Like, because they did a segment last week on Calm Me Down on the sunshine pumping. They did, and I think actually TJ called him out on X because he said that did you see when Isaiah Hole had his stock up, stock down? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
So he had stock up, stock down, or even. He had even for the defensive tackle.
I see. I got you, dude. Yeah, no, I just can't. Dude, listen, I do not like the Michigan media, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm just not a fan. I really don't like any of them, to tell you the truth. Like, the only guy I respect the most is John U. Bacon. He's a legit, like, Wolverine.
John U. Bacon is really good.
He is super good. He is the most respected.
The best reporter.
Everything he does is, like, he makes predictions, but he doesn't make them, like, up his ass, Like, he's an author, man. He's, like, a true Michigan man. And when he says he doesn't know, he'll say, I don't know. Like, I remember the Harbaugh covering the Harbaugh stuff, man. Like he said, I don't know, and he's legit. So, all right. Well, listen, Garrison, I'm going to leave. But before that, man, it was fun. But I think I'm done coming on here just because apparently, man, you broke our alliance. You did the backstab, and this is according to Kinetic, and I believe him.
So wait. What'd you say?
Apparently, you backstabbed me, bro. I thought the Bergson.
No, I didn't backstab you. I'll tell you what I said. I stay true to my words. This is what I said. I said, did Burks go about everything the right way? No, but I understand where the point where he's coming from. And no, Mike, you were there when I said that. You were in the chat when I said that.
I don't remember this, bro.
Remember when you said I was caping for the Michigan fans?
Oh,
yeah, like I was being like
No,
mediator.
dude, no, apparently Kinetic said you were laughing and saying I'm a dumbass. Yeah, no, dude.
Okay, no, you know
hold
what?
on. This ain't the group chat I'm in.
Oh no, hey, no, Burks. I think you know for a fact I didn't say that.
Dude, I don't know. How should I know that? But like,
no, but
listen,
Burks,
Garrison, listen to me, man. Usually, I don't listen, dude. I'm the one who backstabs people, not the other way around. Okay? So you backstab me. Yeah, no, it's done. All right, take care, my man.
We'll see you again, Burks.
all right. Let's get Kate a few minutes. Then let's get our boy Richie in here.
All right, man.
Caden, what you got? What's up, man?
First of all, Burke said, sit on down. Sit on down because the big man has under the building. Mike, it's good to hear from you as always. Hey, I want to get a couple things off my chest. Number one, Asian Doreen, I need to address you and Mini Hut. See, you guys 2 weeks ago lied about not hating me on the Voice of College Football After Dark Hour show with Mark Rogers. Yeah, well, Mark,
this is a company channel. Who are you attacking?
No, because I'm just stating the point. Because they said that they didn't. Because quote Mark Rogers and Minnie and Doreen quoted like they don't hate me. Oh, really? Because last week on Twitter, Mark Rogers officially said I am the biggest Ohio State moron on this network. Oh my! Like Mark, who are you calling me a moron for when I come on your show and actually spit some facts, brother? Like, come on, man. You're so full of BS, Mark. I cannot stand you, dude.
See,
Mark,
we can't do that. See,
Mark ain't here, man. You can't do that. Mark ain't here, man. You gotta wait. You gotta call. Like, come on, man. Y'all act like Mark don't do call-in shows, man.
Yeah,
come on, you gotta wait.
Wait a second. See, you can't. Well, this was gonna happen here.
Let's talk ball, guys. Let's talk ball.
One second, Mike.
Where Buddy go?
I get it because this is what we're not gonna do here. I have no problem with keeping people on and speak their piece. I'm a company man. You can't attack the boss.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's on principle. You like if you go call somebody out,
yeah, do it on their channel, not mine.
Especially when they available, like they're available.
Not mine. Oh man, where did Richie go?
Hey, I was gonna drop him soon as he said it, but I was like, it's Garrison's show. I'm just co-hosting right now.
Well, because Caden, you gotta remember, man, when you previously been banned from the network for a point in time, it would behoove of you to walk a fine line.
See, this is news to me.
That I'm just saying. I mean.
See, I don't get in the drama. I don't even be knowing about it.
Mike, can you read it?
Kids, don't do drugs.
Famous quote from Waterboy.
Don't do drugs.
Shout out to our goddamn B, man. Mike, real quick, man. While I got you here, man. Earlier, I didn't get to spend too much time on this. Few things I want to ask you about. I already gave my thoughts on it. I want to ask you. Larry Johnson says he's been impressed with Cade McDonald lately. Said he's expecting to get 30 to 35 max effort plays out of him per game. And again, like there's about 80 to 90 plays per game per team. But I think with the size that he's a big boy. He's a big boy. We all know that.
He actually slimmed down. I don't know if you've seen. He looks better shape.
He looks good.
He looks better shape.
But you know, like them big boy knees. Like,
did you not see his knees dancing on TikTok yesterday?
Yeah, I saw.
I ain't worried about that, big boy. Hey, did you not hear what Luke Montgomery? Was it Luke? they was talking about K-Mac or whatever. You know, he liked to play running back or whatever. And then they was like, if you could describe K-Mac as a running back, how would you describe? He said shifty and powerful.
Oh, that boy about that. No, he gonna eat. He gonna eat. Don't get it twisted.
Bruh.
But I want to add. But yeah, what do you think about the 30-35 max ever snaps that Larry Johnson said out of him? Because I have a theory now. Not a theory, but I haven't thought about it. But I want to hear you to say first.
I trust Larry Johnson, man. I believe that Larry Johnson caught a lot of flack from a couple years of having bad DC coordinators and bad schemes and things like that. And here's the thing. I remember I want to go back to 2023 because everybody was complaining about Larry Johnson rotate too much. He rotate too much. And now in 2024 or whatever, they was like, oh, we don't want to see no rotation. We don't want to see no rotation. I want to see rotation because listen to this. If K-Mac can be at least go out there and be at 90% on most of them plays, and we rotating, every time he be in the game, he would be disruptive. Every time. Because the one thing about K-Mac, that man is known for throwing whoever's in front of him back into the line of scrimmage at least 2 yards minimum.
Shout out to Penn State.
So, I mean, it don't matter. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I got a K-Mac that got stamina and whenever I put him out there, he's the game record. Yeah, sign me up for that.
So this is my thought, right? So I looked it up because I want to know this between both. Usually both teams take about 90 snaps per game, right? 30 to 35. That's a third of the snaps, correct, Mike? Is Larry telling us something about? Is Larry telling us that he trusts the depth?
I think he been telling us he trusts the depth.
Yeah.
I think he been testing, and I'll say this as well, because one thing that we know about coaches, right? Coaches can get on that podium. They can say something to motivate the fans. They can also use the podium to motivate players, right? So Ryan Day come up there and say, yeah, I think we need some D tackles and da-da-da-da-da. And them players sitting there like, we need some D. I thought I was next, man. You better step your game up. And to be honest, what it sounds like is these guys in summer workouts, they step their game up. You start hearing guys getting mentioned unsolicited, like Jaquez Carter. You hear another guy.
Man,
man.
Hey.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, you talk about another guy. Who's the other D lineman that just got? It's not Will Smith
Menza?
Jr. What's the other one?
Menza?
Yes, you hearing about these guys stepping up.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I want Buckeye fans to understand, right? Because Luke Montgomery, you say that he was good for us in the college football playoffs. The coaching staff didn't feel that he was ready to start the season off. But guys get developing. Guys work. Sometimes you just got to give guys time, man. And Larry Johnson saw the potential. And what we heard is we always see flashes, but, we just need to see a little bit more consistency, and that sounds like what they're building now.
By the way, everybody, if you missed it, you can here's the link right here. Mike and I actually had a great interview with Luke Montgomery. Make sure to check that out. It's a great, honestly, it's a great, about 40 minutes or so. Great video to watch there. You will get a lot of information out there, a lot of names you might not find, and you also get to find more about the young man. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. So yeah, Mike, here's the next thing I want to ask you about. A few black stripes were taken off, this week. Bo Atkinson.
216.
Philip Daniels, who, mind you, right now is challenging Ethan Aniamo for that right tackle spot now. Because that left tackle spot, that's Austin's. That's Austin's.
Yeah, after hearing what Tyler Bowen said about Austin and just saying how, you can tell the workouts that Mick put them through is translating on the field. They're just working out some technique stuff. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Then Nick
2-6.
Yeah, Nick McLarty. Now, everyone, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I gotta go find this video, Mike.
You're gonna skip my guy. It's cool.
No, we gonna get you. Oh, he last. We said the best for last. We said the best for last.
I feel it.
Nick McLarty is a guy who, Australian. What Nick is like 6'7", 230 pounds. He can punt the ball 90 yards, but punting the ball 90 yards doesn't mean a damn thing if you can't put it where it needs to be.
Facts.
My assumption, when I saw this, I put this is a great thing on X. That tells me that they're confident that he can go out there and do the job now. What do you think about him?
We gonna see. I mean, the videos, this dude standing in the middle of the stadium and just punting it outside of a stadium.
That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, here's the thing. You remember back when we faced Alabama in the semifinals, right?
Yes.
Those two punters were doing the best job because one thing that they was doing was making sure your offense had to drive the entire field. And that's something that has been missing. I mean, I have been thinking about this even last season. I was thinking about back to those times when we had a punter who make you have to drive the whole field. So, if we can get back to that and he can get his little accuracy down, fix that up, I think we're going to be good, man.
And then Bo Jackson. Lamar Bo Jackson. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. Do I think he probably would have he probably should have do I think he might have earned it earlier? Yeah, but ain't nothing easy with Coach Locke. Ain't nothing easy with Coach Locke. Man, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, that's when you gotta you gotta talk to Coach Locke before you take a black stripe off. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that Coach Locke is that he said he wants you to work. He don't want you to feel like you arrived. And so maybe that was his way of continuously pushing Bo. All the things that we're hearing about Bo, like I wanted Bo Atkinson and Marquise Davis in this class, but I got Bo. And I'm happy with the running backs that we do have, man. I'm very excited. And I believe we're going to see a lot of Bo this season. And here's the thing. I also like the way Coach Locke rotates guys, right? Because one thing that, when Trey was rotating with Mayan and all other folks, it's like Tony couldn't fill it out for them and get them in the rhythm. But Coach Locke, he put guys in almost at the right time all the time. So one thing that he said, I mean, Coach Locke, I can't speak enough about him, is he said he felt that a lot of running back coaches don't take this job serious enough or whatever. And I mean, to me, you can already see the difference in the running back.
Well, man. Last thing. Aaron Taylor of CBS. Saying that Ohio State, unbeknownst to us Ohio State fans, Ohio State is finally going from the hunter to the hunted, as if we haven't been the hunted for.
Right.
And complacency could set in.
It's just this is why I barely watch national media guys.
Right.
Like I watch Pate. I kind of slowed down on watching Joe Klatt and stuff like that, but I watch Josh Pate. I like to go and if I want to learn about your team, I'm gonna go listen to some local guys some beat writers or something like that, because these guys have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, he hasn't even watched one Ryan Day interview if he has that. Hell, he's never watched an Urban Meyer interview a day in his life. I mean, one thing
he can listen to something as simple, Mike, as the fact that outside of the banner and the Woody and the national championship trophy, all that championship stuff is out they don't have that stuff in the locker room, bro.
Bruh. He just hasn't paid attention. All he had to do is just go watch some interviews. Hey, here's the funny part. CBS just put out an interview with Caleb Downs. One of the co-hosts that's with Aaron was interviewing Caleb Downs. You telling me you couldn't ask your co-host for some information before you got up there and said that dumb shit? Excuse my French. You couldn't go ahead and say, hey, CBS, can I get them clip-ups of Ohio State interviews that y'all did so I could know about the Buckeyes before I talk about them? I mean, come on. If they just want to pay him to just pay him, go ahead, man. But CBS, hey, you come holler at me. I'll put in the work.
Well, everybody, first off, Mike, thank you for giving me your thoughts on those topics, man. But everybody, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to Ohio State, the voice of college football. Also, be sure to go on the website at www.vocfb.com where you can check out the whole schedule of when we are here, myself on Mondays on Ohio State Prime Time at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, you can check out Mark and his co-host at 11 a.m. And then on the same day at 7:30, you can check out Mike and Terry at
the world famous Buckeye Show.
Exactly. And then every Thursday, you can catch me here. Mike, you gonna start? You gonna be here with me or not?
Hey,
well, you can just pop in whatever. You can just pop in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop in whenever. I can't make a commitment because my daughter just started back dance season, man. So it's not the competitions yet, bro.
She won the best in the nation.
I appreciate it.
She won the best in the nation.
It's so funny because all my guys in the group chat, man, and stuff. Some people didn't know, and I'd be talking to them, and they'd be like, I'll be like, yeah, my daughter went to TYC. And it's like, is that the one that's been on Netflix? Yeah, she went to that dance studio where all the cheerleaders be. Some of the cheerleaders have been her dance coach and all of that. So yeah, she loves the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. We had her doing it at one point.
Hey,
she's
big
actually
blue star, baby.
Yeah,
blue star, baby.
She's been on stage at the Star and did I think maybe 2 performances at the Star for the Christmas extravaganza.
That's all, man. So, that's dope, bro. That's so dope.
Yep.
Yeah. See, here at the Voice of College, and shout out to my boy Terry too. Here at the Voice of anymore at the Voice of College Football, we have dads being dads, real dads. That's what we got fathers here at the channel. So, again, everybody, check that out. Also, if you would like to become a member, press that join button. You can be a Black Gold member. A JT wasn't a short member because he wasn't. And then also, we don't give a damn, and you know the rest. And as always, OH.
Ayo.